Okay, this is a new grip that we're going to try with the guitar. Okay, no, that's the next lesson. We talked about bar chords and where they came from. Basically, there's two forms that we're going to use readily. Is the E form, and that's just like playing an E chord and playing without my first finger because we're going to need it to bar, but it's no different than this one. And we played our E chord. This is my E note. It's my root. We had an E chord, E major, E minor, E7, E minor 7th. What we want to achieve with our bar chords is being able to move this E chord up the neck. But that's where our first finger comes in. If we move it up the neck, and we have to take the place of this nut, we have to move everything up proportionally. So when we're barring that chord, we can use the aid of our thumb and the edge of our finger, where it's a little bit more bony as opposed to the flat of our finger, where it's just kind of fleshy. And you can see how it's kind of curved like that. There's a little bit more leverage too. There's more strength in the curve. And we're not putting so much indirect pressure. Well, what happens is if we put pressure on this, our joints have a little bit of give this way, but not so much this way. So we're going to use that to our advantage. We don't really need to push down too hard. So this now moved up becomes an F chord. This is my root, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and the double dot means it starts over again at E. So, that's a killer. Same chord. Now with the same token, we're going to use the A form. It comes from this chord. We're going to play it with this finger because we need to free up our first finger. The root is on the 5th string. And we're going to use the same concept of moving everything in proportion. Now that might seem like a scruncher because this finger is kind of wanting to bend and it takes away from this finger, so our thumb's got to be kind of in between both of them. But again, use the arch of your finger, and so you're not bending, pushing against the knuckle and the joints where it gives a little bit. See, that has that flexibility, and then we lose pressure. So if we use the edge, then we got a little bit more strength and sturdiness. And so this A, move it up a fret, becomes an A sharp, a B, and a C. Now that Eric Church tune goes from a C to an F. And we can go C up here. Or we can use this C. C. Alright. Just one more thing about this A chord. You know how we went with E minor, E7, and E minor 7? Well, we're going to do the same thing with this A. This is an A major. Now to make an A minor, we're basically taking this note in the 2nd string and moving it down to here. That's all we're going to do. So we want to use these other fingers. That's an A minor. We'll go back to here. To make an A 7th, we take this 3rd note, or 3rd string, and have it open. So when we make bar chords with these two, there's this A sharp, an A sharp minor, A sharp 7th, and then an A sharp minor 7th. By combining them all. The minor we're going to need to know for this Eric Church tune. There's a D minor in that song. So it's 1, 4, or C, F, C, F. There's a 5 in there, it's a G. And there's also a 2 in there, and a D minor, C, D. And that's just an introduction to chord scales, which we're going to be talking a little bit more about in the future. And that is going to unlock being able to pick out tunes by ear. And that's basically what I want to use this tune for, is you to pick out the chords, given a little bit of chord knowledge. But get these guys working, and then we'll take the octave technique next week. It's all working. All right.
Perfect.